I think we're going to have another couple of years to stack and prep to the best of our abilities, and inflation's probably not going to kick in for a little bit of time. Higher taxes aren't going to be introduced for a little bit of time. So I think we have plenty of time to load up on the silver, the gold, and the preps. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and staying safe. It's a great day to have a great day. Today, I wanted to talk about both silver and gold, along with some of my expectations for the next 4 years. Things to prepare for, things to worry about, things to not worry about. But really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there, go check it out. The link will be in the description. And if you want to get some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel, I would really appreciate it. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. But today, we have to talk about some silver, we have to talk about some gold, and more importantly, we have to talk about the general state of the economy, some things that we can expect, some things that we can assume are going to be taking place. Now, the spot price as I'm recording today's video for silver is $25.78 as I'm recording the video. Who knows what it's going to be by the time I edit the video or by the time you watch the video. And then as for gold, as I'm recording the video, it is $1,867.30 as I'm filming. Who knows what it's going to be by the time I edit, by the time I post it, and by the time you watch it. But that's where precious metals stand at the moment. Now, surprise, surprise, if you're watching this video the day that I posted, it is January 20th, 2021, aka Inauguration Day. Now, I'm going to say today what I said back in November. If you got what you voted for, congratulations. If you didn't, better luck next time. It is what it is, and it's not what it's not. Now, with the new administration, I have good news, bad news, and in-between news, and I'm going to simplify it as best I can. I'm going to start out with the bad news, and the bad news is the next couple of years are going to be rough for everyone. Not just me, not just you, not just him, not just her, not just the US. It's going to be a rough next couple of years for pretty much the entire planet. And that's speaking from an economic perspective. Places are still shut down, places are still restricted, places have still yet to open back up. The unemployment numbers are still through the roof. I think just last week we had over 950,000 new unemployment claims. And unfortunately, we can't just snap our fingers and all of a sudden the problem is solved. It's a massive mess, and it's going to take a lot of freaking time to clean up. Now, the in-between news that I have is that it would be a rough next couple of years regardless of who the president is, because this is just such a massive train wreck. Like I said, it's going to take time, it's going to take energy, it's going to take effort, blood, sweat, and tears to work through this and get back on track. And then as for the good news, 2021, the rest of this year, is going to be primarily focused on the third stimulus, along with vaccinating the people who choose to get vaccinated. That's going to be 2021 in a nutshell, to my understanding. Of course, there's going to be this, there's going to be that, there's going to be talks about this, talks about that. Of course, there's going to be debates back and forth about this or that, whatever. But the primary focal point right now is reducing the number of people getting sick and giving some taxpayer dollars back to the taxpayers for this really rough situation. And I know it's a band-aid on a broken arm. I know it's not solving what the real problem is, but hey, really quick, I interrupt this video to let you know I am going to be going live in the VIP club tonight around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And of course, there's a ton of other perks, not just live streams. Link in the description if you want to join. There are a lot of people out there who are starving. There's a lot of people out there who can barely afford rent. There's a lot of people out there who can barely feed their kids. And if a third stimulus will help them survive, then okay. 2022, next year, if all goes according to plan this year, 2022 should be the rebuilding and the start to the hopeful potential recovery. And I use the word recovery lightly because I do not think we're ever going to go back to the way we were. I think when we rebuild and restructure and get back on track, things are going to be vastly different. Some for the better, some for the worse. But once we get back on track, once people are no longer getting sick, when people are back at work, when we are on the path to recovery, I think that's what 2022 is probably going to be all about. If 2021 goes according to plan. If it doesn't go according to plan, then 2022 is essentially going to be 2021 2.0. I know I'm throwing a lot of weird numbers out there, but try to stick with me. If it goes according to plan, 2022 is going to be all about getting people back to work. It's going to be all about rebuilding the businesses that took massive punishment. Some of them are gone for good. Some of them that went down will not be coming back, and that's truly unfortunate and heartbreaking, and there's really nothing I enjoy more than supporting small businesses, and I encourage each and every one of you out there, please support your local small businesses, the ones that are in your town. Not the big, massive corporations. Go to the little mom and pop shops, the restaurants, the little stores, stuff like that. Those are really, really important to support, and that's what I try to do to the best of my ability when I can. That's going to be 2022 if 2021 goes according to plan. Now, moving into 2023, if everything goes according to plan in 2021 and 2022, 2023 is going to be the year where these new policies that some people have been voting for, some people have been voting against, that's going to be the year where these policies are going to be introduced, or at least lasered in, focused on introducing some of these new policies. Some of us agree with them, some of us don't. It doesn't really matter because it's out of our hands. They're going to do whatever they want regardless. But these new policies would probably be introduced in 2023, such as the tax increases. That's probably the big one. Now, I know a lot of people are worried about this and think it's going to come way sooner, but that's not going to happen. As I've said in previous videos, you cannot stimulate an economy, you cannot rebuild an economy while simultaneously taxing people to death. It doesn't work that way. It's never worked that way. Nobody has even done that in the past. It just wouldn't work. It'd be counterproductive. It would waste our time. It would waste our money, which I know the big dogs at the very tippy top don't care, but it would also be wasting their time. It would also be wasting their money, and that's what they care about. Therefore, it wouldn't happen. So the higher taxes and some of these new policies probably won't even be introduced until 2023. And then in 2024, I know I've been talking about a lot of bad news when I'm supposed to be talking about the good news, but here's where the actual good news is. In 2024, if you do not like the way the country was managed in 2021, 2022, and 2023, then in 2024, it's going to be a whole new election, and we can vote somebody in, we could vote somebody out if that's what we choose to do. Now, I understand it's a train wreck, I understand it's a disaster, and I understand it's a controversial topic, which is why I always try to stay in the middle. I keep my political opinions to myself. Opinions do not matter when the facts are on the table, and what's on the table right now? We've got a whole new list of policies that might be introduced over the next couple of years, but the point I'm trying to get across is that the next 4 years are likely to be a massive economic distraction. I don't believe a whole lot is going to be taking place, at least not until 2023. This year and next year are going to be hyper-focused on the problem at hand. The sickness in front of us, the economic crumbling in front of us, the small businesses going out of business, all the employees now on unemployment. That's what the focus is going to be for the rest of this year and likely next year. So I don't believe any massive changes are going to be made. I don't think any huge difference is going to present itself until probably 2023. Therefore, we don't have a whole lot to worry about just yet, financially speaking. But once we get to that point, I'm pretty sure it's common knowledge at this point, but 46 appears to be very pro taxes, very pro-government dependency, and much more likely to spend, aka accrue more debt, which would then lead to inflation kicking in. Keep in mind, everything that took place in 2020 and everything that's going to take place in 2021 and also 2022, we're not going to see the ramifications until a couple of years down the road. Inflation, that's not something that's going to knock on our door and smack us in the face tomorrow morning. That's not something we're going to see for a little bit of time. That's not something that we're going to have to worry about just yet. That's not something that's going to be right in front of us. That's not something that we're going to even have to deal with until at least a couple of years down the road. It's not going to present itself this year, probably not next year either, maybe in 2023, but the ramifications for all of the printing that got done in 2020, I mean, as I talked about in previous videos, 20% of the currency to ever exist was printed last year. Do you have any idea how much printing had to get done for that to occur? How many dollars were printed last year alone? How many more dollars are going to be printed this year and the following year and the year after that? Inflation is inevitable, but it's not something that needs to be on our radar this very moment. But in a few years, that's when we're probably going to see the ramifications. That's when we're going to start to see the effects due to all of this printing. I know everyone right now is saying print, not worrying about it. We'll worry about it eventually. Yeah, eventually, one day we'll get to it. One day we'll take care of it. Well, guess what? That one day is going to come. And what's going to happen? People who are unprepared for it, they're going to get wiped out. The people who are prepared for it, or at the very least, the people who have been preparing for it to the best of their ability, aka potentially stacking some silver, potentially stacking some gold. Maybe they got themselves a job that is, I guess you can say, essential. Maybe they made some investments, or they started a business that could somewhat be considered recession-proof, potentially. And the silver and the gold, by the way, many have suggested are inflation-proof. So for those of us who have been preparing, for those of us who are going to continue preparing, I think we're going to make out all right. I think we're going to be okay. And with the spot price being up a little bit today, like I said, silver is getting kind of close to $26 again. Just yesterday or the day before, it was $24 and change. It's up about $1.50, give or take. Gold is up a little bit as well. I believe this is probably due to economic uncertainty. I believe this is due to nerves and anxiety in the markets. I believe this is probably due to a lot of people potentially liquidating some of their assets and moving some of that cash into silver and gold to protect themselves financially. This is something that we see happen all the time when people get scared about their investments or their businesses, or if they know that higher taxes or more regulations are going to be introduced. A lot of people move their cash on over to silver and gold, not to make money, but to save money or to preserve what's left of their money. This is what a lot of people do. So something tells me that this little jump that silver saw today, the little jump that gold saw today, I don't think it's going to be very long term. I don't think silver gold's going to do anything crazy, at least not yet. I don't think silver is going to do anything wild or gold's going to do anything wild. Something tells me that it's probably going to lay low for the next year or so. I don't think we're going to see some big changes at all, at least not yet. And I hope that that's the case. I hope that we get at least a couple more years out of it, because I remember saying to myself 2, maybe 3 years ago that I hope these prices last another couple of years, and that's when spot price was only 14, 15, 16 bucks, and gold was only, what, 12, 13 bucks? I remember saying back then that I want to capitalize on this opportunity for as long as I can, and I hope that I have the ability to continue stacking silver and gold for at least another couple of years before it officially takes off or before it substantially increases. And here we are in 2021 saying the same thing when the spot price is much higher than it was back then. I think silver being in the $24, $25, $26 range, I still see it as an opportunity. With gold being under $2,000, I still see it as an opportunity. I still think it's time to stack, and I'm not going to be taking a step away from the precious metals anytime soon, that's for sure. And if my honest expectations end up being correct and taxes start going up later down the road in 2023, and then that's right around the time that inflation may or may not be officially kicking in, and we start seeing other type of economic hardships, I think that's probably when silver and gold is probably going to start moving up. And if I'm right about that, then that would mean that we have the rest of 2021 and all of 2022, and potentially maybe a good solid portion of 2023 to stack to the best of our abilities. And not only stack the silver and gold, but also stack the preps, the food storage, the MREs, the freeze-dried or the dehydrated fruits and vegetables and whatnot, the canned goods, the rice, the beans, the medical supplies, the cases of water, or at the very least a water filter, or even better, a water purification system. I think we have a little bit of time. I think we're going to have another couple of years to stack and prep to the best of our abilities, because I personally believe that the next few years will be so distracted on everything going on economically, vaccines, unemployment, stimulus. That's where everyone's focus is going to be. And inflation's probably not going to kick in for a little bit of time. Higher taxes aren't going to be introduced for a little bit of time. So I think we have plenty of time to load up on the silver, the gold, and the preps. But that's just my opinion. It's from my perspective. I'm not a financial advisor, obviously. So please don't take anything on this channel as financial advice. Do your own research, form your own opinions, make your own decisions based off of your conclusions, not mine. But I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know, over the next 4 years, when do you think higher taxes are going to be introduced? When do you think inflation is going to start kicking in? And when those two problems occur, do you think that's when silver and gold are going to officially react? Officially start to climb, officially start to move? Do you think we have at least another year or so to load up on arguably undervalued precious metals? And if anybody's interested in joining the Precious Metals VIP Club, it's where I can do things on my own terms, not on YouTube's terms, my terms. I'm hosting privately held live streams. They're smaller, easier to manage. I will be going live tonight around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm also doing giveaways, discounts, personalized promo codes, shout-outs, deal alerts when silver and gold is on sale on a variety of different websites. And of course, you can watch all of the videos early and commercial-free. Come join the Precious Metals VIP Club. It'll be the first link in the description. You're invited. I'd be happy to have you. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button. If you guys like me, make sure to subscribe. New videos every single day, 365 days a year. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there. Go check it out. The link will be in the description. Trying really hard to hit 2,000 subscribers. We just hit 1,500, and I appreciate that. And if you want to help support the channel in the biggest possible way, please consider getting yourself some DYDSS merchandise. Of course, we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies, which are up for grabs, along with a ton of other products. T-shirts, hoodies, even stickers, many of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations, such as the recently released Kraken Stackin' t-shirt, hoodie, sticker, and coffee mug, inspired by the beautiful 2-ounce silver Kraken coin, which, by the way, is helping us raise a little bit of funds and awareness for ocean cleanup charity organizations at no additional cost to you. It comes out of my pocket, not yours. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know, once again, what are your thoughts on my honest expectations? Everything that I shared in today's video, talking about the bad news, the in-between news, and the good news, and how I personally believe that the next few years are going to be so distracted by everything going on in the economy and hoping to rebuild and vaccinate everybody who chooses to be vaccinated, issue a third stimulus to the people who need a third stimulus, and focusing on that rather than introducing all of these new policies and then sure enough, time will go by and 2024 will happen, and then it'll be a whole new election. So head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to that, as well as if you believe that we have at least another year or so to load up on the silver and the gold. Do we have another year, year and a half, 2 years, 2.5 years to back up the truck, to load the boat, to pick up as much silver and gold at a really good price potentially before inflation kicks in, before taxes go up, and then the spot price is likely to officially begin to climb? Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow, and remember, don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.